Hi everyone, you're welcome to my professor note. This is Bhupesh Sharma, and here in this video we're going to discuss the MCQs which are asked on the Aristotle. As before reading any work, right, if you do not know what sort of questions can be asked from that writer from their works, means you have no idea that what you have to read into that work or into that book. It does not matter that what book you have if you do not know what you have to read from the exam perspective. And this is what exactly these PYQPs, these previous year's question paper tells you. And here I have taken out all the questions which were asked from the Aristotle. So here we have the very first one. So make sure you watch this video till the very end so you can know that what these questions are and how can we attempt them, right? And so you can know that what else you have to read from this next exam perspective. And one more thing, now you can get access to updated study material for your net set gate TGT PGT examination. So let's start with the very first question that we have here. Okay, which one of the following statements is true about the Aristotle poetics? So Aristotle ने अपने poetics में क्या यहाँ पे कहा है? This is what we have to know here. He asserted that value of the poetry by integrating rhetoric and imitation. Now one thing you have to know, that about poetry, he said that the poetry is the combination of three things. Very first is the, oh my god, sorry, very first is the imitation, right? Next one is the use of language, because you have to now tell people that what you are imitating, right? How will you portray it? With the use of language, with the help of language, it will be possible for you to portray the things. Third thing is the rhythm. Third thing is the rhythm, the music that you need. But the most important thing here is the imitation, the story, the reflection of the nature. That's what a poetry do. So imitation is a very important thing. This one thing we have to keep in mind. And he has not asserted the value of poetry by integrating the rhetoric. It is the imitation only, the mimesis only. Right? So he asserted the value of poetry by focusing on the both. No. He asserted the value of poetry by giving preferences to rhetoric over imitation. No. He asserted the value of poetry by focusing on imitation rather than rhetoric. Yes, sir. He did that. Now, here we have this quote from his work where he has said this clearly, that defines poetry as an art that imitates. Imitation is one of the instinct of our nature. Humans में भी यही होता है. This is how we learn things, right? By copying others. Whatever the other people are doing, we start doing that, right? From the very childhood. How did we learn walking? How did we learn talking? Just by seeing other things, just by seeing other people while they are having the conversation. This is how we learn the language. Just every single thing is the imitation here. The object of imitations are men in action. He considers comedy an imitation of characters of a lower type. So comedy is of a lower type and the tragedy is of the higher type, is the higher level, one level higher from the comedy, because it teaches us, it purifies us. The main purpose of the tragedy is the catharsis, the catharsis. ठीक है, इस चीज को हम यहाँ पे अभी डिस्कस करेंगे इन द अनदर क्वेश्चन. Tragedy is an imitation of an action that is serious, complete, and of a certain magnitude. Not like comedy, just he. Which of the following is true of Aristotle's critical position? अब यहाँ पे कुछ statements हैं, उसमें से हमें एक find out करनी है that which of the following by Aristotle is given there in the Poetics. Right? The very first one is writers are likely to be mere entertainers. Mere entertainers तो नहीं है. They teaches us, right? That was the main concern about the natural things and how that is related to us. Texts created by poets are almost inevitably inaccurate. मतलब गलतियां तो वहां पे होनी ही होनी है, and defects और defects भी होने हैं. तो ऐसा कोई statement तो नहीं है. Third thing is the best artistic text will be both complex and unified. Complex भी होगा and unified भी होगा, where things are related to the one and another. Every part of the work will be essential to it and will be linked to every other part. जब हर एक part दूसरे part से link करता है, that is the organic unity. And this is one of the term given by the Aristotle in his work called the Poetics. So this is the correct here. Okay, organic unity. So make sure you remember this. Organic unity is a term by the Aristotle. Now we have here Shakespeare famously neglects to observe Aristotle's rules concerning the 3 dramatic unities and सैमुअल जॉनसन अंडरटेक टू, अब 3 यूनिटीज इन्होंने दी हैं जैसे कि टाइम, एक्शन और प्लेस। ठीक है, 3 यूनिटीज हैं एक प्लेस में जो होती हैं। ओके, कि एक्शन क्या है आपका, कि एक्शन में आपका प्लॉट आता है जिसका इट शुड हैव अ बिगिनिंग, देन द मिडल एंड देन द एंड। Proper sequence should be there. The time, it should be within a 24 hours. A play should take within the 24 hours. It should not exceed it, right? Then the place, it should happen at a one place, within a one day and a proper sequence. These are the 3 unities by the Aristotle. Now here Samuel undertakes to defend Shakespeare from these criticisms in his preface to Shakespeare 1765. Which of the Aristotelian dramatic unities does Johnson believe Shakespeare to observe most successfully? So most of the Shakespeare play were out of the time format. ठीक है, today the one part is being performed, another day another part is being performed, so the play is not taking place just within 24 hours. The play, sometime the one part, one act in one theater, the another one is somewhere else, right, according to the kings and queens interests, right? And the action is there. Action is the one which he observed successfully because they has the beginning, the middle and the end. There was a proper sequence. So C is the correct one. And beside this, I have taken few quotations line from this work of Preface on Shakespeare, which is written by the Samuel Johnson, even though Samuel Johnson's work will be discussed separately in the upcoming videos, but still we have to know this since we are discussing this here. Aristotle poetics, by which the action of a play should be limited to a single plot. ठीक है, एक ही plot होना चाहिए. There should not be necessarily many other plots. As in King Lear, we had some subplots, right? King Lear's story is one. Then there is Edgar or Edmund. Their story is another one, right? That's the another story there. Edmund having his own story, and King Lear is having his own story. So there we have more than a one plot, right? So it should not be there, right? A single location should be there, again the 3 unities. Okay, now Shakespeare characters do not belong to the society, and these are the quotes which are being asked from this work, so make sure you remember them. Shakespeare's characters do not belong to the society of a particular time or place. They are universal, representing every man. अब आप हेमलेट देख लो, हेमलेट पे बहुत सारे criticisms लिखे गए हैं that Hamlet is like this, Hamlet is like that. I think Hamlet lives in every single person, yaar. When someone's father is killed and he got to know that his mother is now sleeping with his uncle who has killed his father, and now his beloved Ophelia is drowned, what will that person become like? To be or not to be? वो पागल ही होगा obviously. और हर एक इंसान सब कुछ होता है, वो सब कुछ बन नहीं सकता, but he is everything. He can be, at one time you can be mad, at one time you can be sad, another moment you will be happy. So everything is within us. So in drama, in acting, we have to represent what attracts people, and that's what Shakespeare exactly did here. They are the genuine progeny of the common humanity. Genuine progeny means the product or the child of the common humanity. ठीक है, in the writing of other poets a character is too often an individual. In the writing of other poets a character is too often an individual. खाली एक individual को represent करते हैं, but in those of Shakespeare it is commonly a species. वो क्या है, एक species है, वो पूरी की पूरी race को represent करते हैं. हर एक spectator see their own self on the theater, on the stage, that this is their character which is being presented there. The character and the situations are so impressive because Shakespeare has no heroes. His scenes are occupied only by men who acts and speak as the reader thinks that he should himself has spoken or acted on the same occasion. Right? This culminates in his view. His drama is a mirror to life. So his drama is a mirror to life, where it is being said, the preface on Shakespeare. Right? Who wrote this? Samuel Beckett. And when this preface on Shakespeare was published? In 1765. In 1765. Dates are very important. Shakespeare knows that love is only one of many passions and that it has no great influence upon the sum of life. Right? Love is only one of many passions and that it has no great influence upon the sum of life. जरूरी नहीं कि आपको प्यार मिले ही मिले. हर एक चीज होती है नेचर में. We should enjoy every single thing. Whether a hard time, a good time, joy, suffering does not matter. Stay alive. Shakespeare is above all writers, at least above all modern writers, and the poet of nature, the poet that holds up his readers a faithful mirror of manners and of life. This is a work of neo classicism, right? Classicism. When when the romantics were dominating the scene. But this work cannot be surpassed. Preface on Shakespeare is one of the greatest literary criticism work ever written. If you want to know about Shakespeare and this is your topic, you're going to give any speech or presence, any presentation. So you have to go through this work because this is very, very important. Castigates him for a lack of morality in his place. He rebukes him. दो बातें सुनाता है उसको उस चीज के लिए. रिब्यूक्स. ठंड में हाथ कम चलते हैं. रिब्यूक्स. ठीक है. डांटता है उसे उस चीज के लिए. विलीफाई हिम फॉर द लैक ऑफ मोरालिटी इन हिज प्लेस. मोरालिटी कम है, कहीं मर्डर हो रहे हैं, कहीं सेक्सुअल सीन्स हैं, फॉर दैट ही हैज रिबफ्स हिम. फॉर इंस्टेंस इन द ट्रेजेडीज वर्च्यू इज नॉट सीन टू बी रिवॉर्डेड. हमेशा वर्च्यू रिवॉर्ड नहीं होता. फॉर एग्जांपल इन द केस ऑफ द किंग लियर कॉर्डेलिया, one of the beautiful character, the daughter who said the truth about the amount of love she has for her father, and the Regan and the Gondrel, they used that flattery and won the property, and the true character, the valuable character, was not rewarded. Now here comes, in which chapter of poetics does Aristotle use the word catharsis in his definition of tragedy? फर्स्ट वन, चैप्टर 4 में. चैप्टर 6 में कैथारसिस हमें देखने को मिलता है. कैथारसिस है क्या? कैथारसिस को कहा जाता है प्योरिफिकेशन. प्योरिफिकेशन. कैथारसिस मींस द प्योरिफिकेशन. ओके. हाउ डू वी गेट द प्योरिफिकेशन? दैट्स व्हाट वी गोइंग टू रीड हियर. द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ ट्रेजेडी इज टू मैनिफेस्ट अ कैथारसिस. मेन चीज लाना आपके अंदर, आपको रिलैक्स करना, टू लेट यू नो द रियल वैल्यू ऑफ योर लाइफ, टू टीच यू थ्रू इट. The main purpose of the literature is to teach the people the value of their life so they can keep walking on the right path and can be successful. Otherwise, what is the work of literature? Because when we start living our life, we have to explore a lot on our own. But what if we read the literature and got to know a lot of experience at once? And that's what literature does to us. Now, in The Spectator, manifest a catharsis in the spectator, arousing them with sensation of pity and fear. You thinking that something very bad happening in my life, there's nothing properly in a right way happening in my life, how bad my life is, and you are crying over your life. This is not good. Then you see one day there's someone living a way worse life than yours, and you feel pity for them, how bad their situation is. And then suddenly you are afraid of that situation. What if that happened to me? And then you start crying. Oh, my situation is not that bad. The kind of situation they are living in, my situation is way better than them. And then you feel relaxed. And you go back home with a new life, with a new mindset. And that's what tragedy does to you. Arousing them with sensation of pity and fear, and to rid them of these emotions so that they leave a viewing feeling, a sort of rebirth with a new, better understand of their purpose. This is the work of the literature, this is the work of the tragedy, and that is why he has kept tragedy on a higher level. Its position is higher in the poetics than the comedy. Comedy just is a he. Even though it has a message, as in Dumb and Dumber, you have seen this Jim Carrey's movie. It has a great messages. It's a satiric comedy, black humor. Aristotle is a term. Anagnorisis is a term used by Aristotle for describing what anagnorisis होता है. The moment I said that you have pity, and then you have fear, and then you have realized, you have discovered that my life is way better than this, yaar. And then there comes the reversal, which is called the perpetia. Perpetia is a term used for the reversal. फिर perpetia होता है when you discover this thing. Oh, things are not that bad in my life. They are way better than others. You discover it. What is the tragic flaw here in you? Tragic flaw is you overthinking. Just thinking I'm the only one who is living on the earth. I'm just me. But this is how human thinks like. But tragedy, but the literature gives this broad perspective. That's the reason. You are the student. We are the student of literature. Now come here, the soul of tragedy. The soul of tragedy, according to Aristotle, is soul not in terms of the soul that we say soul in terms of religion. Soul means the main, the crux of it, the essence of it. ट्रेजेडी का क्या क्रक्स है, एसेंस क्या है? वो स्टोरी. सबसे पहले स्टोरी ही आएगी, प्लॉट ही आएगा, देन वी नीड कैरेक्टर्स, देन वी नीड थॉट, देन वी नीड द स्टेज. अगर स्टोरी ही नहीं है, व्हाट वी विल डू विद द कैरेक्टर्स? हाँ, दोनों चीजें इंटर रिलेटेड है. जब कैरेक्टर होगा उसी की लाइफ पे स्टोरी बनेगी, वो चीज है. इसीलिए दोनों ही चीजें इंपॉर्टेंट है, बट द मेन पार्ट इज हियर द प्लॉट, द स्टोरी वी नीड, बिकॉज इट इज नॉट अबाउट द रियल लाइफ एग्जैक्टली, इट इज अबाउट द drama, the art. So plot is important. First of all, you have to write a plot. Only then you need characters or actors to perform it. So plot is the soul of the tragedy. Then we have another question. Aristotle's Poetics, we read that it is the imitation of an action that is complete and whole and of a certain magnitude, having a beginning, middle and end. What is it? Simple tragedy, we has already discussed it. Right, and the thing which has the one part related to the another one creates the whole is known as the organic unity. You have to remember this term. Now here comes another one. Aristotle argued that poetry provides as an dash outlet for the release of intense emotions. इस चीज को हम जानेंगे by reading this thing here. Poetry serves as an outlet for expression by allowing its readers to explore universal themes related to the human experiences. And when we do this, what happens? We got to know a lot of things. Alright? We get a company from the world. Oh, it's not only me who is going through such a phase, there are a lot of other people. Writing poetry can help you process feeling and cope up with life events. Reading poetry serve as a reminder that you are not alone in what you are going through. So ये क्या करता है? हमें डेंजर पे डालता है या हमें सेव करता है? Obviously हमें सेव ही करता है. अनसर्टन नहीं करता बल्कि सर्टन बनाता है. अनरिलायबल नहीं बल्कि रिलायबल बनाता है. That's what the work of literature is. Now, another question. Even though the question is taken from the Philip Sidney's work, The Defense of the Poetry, but it has a direct relationship with Aristotle, so that's the reason I discuss it here, as we did in on the preface on Shakespeare. How all their plays be neither write tragedies nor write comedies, mingling kings and clowns. अब क्या हो रहा है? ना ही तो tragedy है right तरह से, ना ही comedy है. It's between the both. Between the both. What is that? That is half tragedy, half comedy. It becomes a tragic comedy. Right? Now, mingling kings and clowns. Not because the matter so careth it. Not because the matter so careth it. Not because it is needed. But the thirst in the clown by head and shoulder to play a part. They just want to play a part in it. Just for the sake of that. Now what will happen? Neither tragedy will be able to perform its main purpose, which is the catharsis, which is the purifying their emotions and realizing them that what is the purpose of life, right? Neither comedy will happen in its own way. So the two things, when they come together, they will be like a mongrel. They will be like a mongrel. Mongrel is a dog of the two breeds who have the parents on the different breeds. Its condition will be of that kind, right? So as already I have given you the answer here, let's complete the question. What term does Philip Sidney use to characterize such plays, and which of the unities of Aristotle do they violate? All right, so this is one of the unity that they violate. Mongrel tragic comedy, unity of action. Mongrel is a dog which is the son of the two different breed parents, right? So this is the correct answer here. I hope you found this video helpful. So, and if you want to get access to our study material which will help you to crack your examination in a very first go, whether it is a net set or gate, simply contact us on 96251 01499, or you can also check out our website, which is the myprofessornote.com. There you will find the previous year's question paper and the other topic wise questions which will help you, and the other vlogs to help you in order to crack this exam. Very soon we'll be back with another relevant video. Till then time, this is Bhupesh Sharma signing off, and very soon I'll be uploading the PYQPs and the other MCQ analysis on the other parts of the literary criticism. So make sure keep watching, keep sharing, and keep loving my Professor Note.